I don't know why, but it's funny. That's how I can describe it. Not hilarious, but strange, unusual, funny. Most of you are familiar with the caretakers everywhere at the end of time. It's made its rounds in internet lore in the recent years. I was trying to come up with an analogy to compare the albums, but again, it's funny. Everywhere at the end of time is about dementia, while Delirium Cordia is about undergoing surgery without anesthesia. Fantômas is the supergroup led by Mike Patton, alongside frequent collaborators Buzz Osbourne, Trevor Dunn, and Dave Lombardo. Patton is characterized by his wide range of styles, and if you take the time to listen to his work, you'll come to recognize a subtle, satirical, and fiendish essence. He also coined himself a shit terrorist and once pissed in Axl Rose's teleprompter. The music of Fantômas is certainly cinematic. They're not regular albums, but sinister reimaginations of film, comics, and other concepts. And again, funny how it stands out from all of the other albums made by the band. It's a one-song album, just over an hour long. Its purpose is to submit the listener to a surgical procedure while fully awake. And I have a bit of a personal story with this album. Back when I was younger, I hung out with 3 other dear friends from school. We had our healthy fun and partied quite a bit. One time, Delirium Cordia came up in a conversation, so we had the idea to do a hot box while listening to it in sort of a stoner bunker made out of mattresses.
It smells funny in there.
No, it doesn't.
One of them and I chickened out and listened to Master of Puppets instead, also completely baked. A much safer bet. After about 30 minutes, one of the guys emerged from the hotbox, freaking out. He was fine, but since then I never dared to listen to the album in its entirety. Not because of fear, but out of respect. Later, I came to like more extreme varieties of music, and waited until the right time to listen to the album. Many years later, I set up this channel and thought it would be cool to give Delirium Cordia a listen. So I prepared my headphones, set up the lights, covered my face, and lied down to be carried over to the Fantômas operating room. I hated it. It's so well made, and it makes you so uncomfortable. Here are some of my favorite parts. I say this frequently. In metal, there is a balancing beam, with musicality on one side and tension on the other. On one end, you may have symphonic or melodic genres. On the other, you might find horror metal, noise, and other not so common or friendly varieties of the genre. The final result depends on the message that you want to convey. It can be horrifying, yet complex and interesting. It can be 100% correct in theory, but still be boring and predictable. That's where the quality of art resides, in the effect caused on your audience. People are divided on this album. Some say it's not scary, but have you ever been submitted to surgery? Is it supposed to be scary as a horror movie is scary? Just like funny can mean strange, scary can mean that it makes you nervous, uneasy, not necessarily that it will spook you. Certainly, listening to this album while you take a walk is a complete waste of time. This is meant to be poured into your ears as morphine drips in your veins with the help of a needle and gravity. Just lying down and letting it happen. The album comes paired with the photographs of Aguilera Helweg, published in his book The Sacred Heart, an atlas to the body seen through invasive surgery. The images from the book are taken from real surgeries, meaning that events like this happen all day, every day, in different parts of the world. It's not meant to spook you, but submit you to the complex yet primal feelings of, I would say, helplessness. But you can decide on your own. I'll leave you links to the book down below. Looking for inspiration for this video, I read some reviews, most of them quite old. They simply described the sounds and jumped at how sudden they became. They praised Patton's rebelliousness, sometimes mocking it. None of them truly stuck with me, since this album has always stayed well kept in the back of my mind whenever I got in the old metalhead custom of sharing the heaviest music you've listened to. Many tend to base themselves on gore, DSBM, and other dark and twisted things. That's all fine, but if you're a fan of horror like me, you know that cliches only get you so far. And that originality is very hard to appreciate and come by. Fear is a biological response. It's deeply embedded in our neurology. Not just our brain, but our whole body takes part on it. That's why I find it so interesting. Why do we find the sight of long limbs, pale faces, and bright eyes disturbing? I want to think that many centuries ago, our oldest ancestors had to learn to be afraid of those things, of dead faces in the dark and staring eyes. What makes me uneasy is that I cannot think of any animal that looks like any of this. Maybe we were protecting ourselves against disease or horrors lost in time, only surviving in the deepest corners of our memory. When it comes to sound, one of the primal sources of horror are screams and growls, high or low pitch, usually atonal or without clear notes, corrosive to the ears, without steady rhythms, and loud. like a baby, or quiet and steady, like our own heart as it beats and sends blood through the inside of our ears, acting like an internal and quiet alarm siren that forcibly lets us know you are in danger. The first seconds of the album to me scream anesthesia, but then everything goes wrong. Of course, I won't show it all to you, so you can hear it on your own time. It's available on YouTube. I loved the guitar tones. King Bozo is a beast of a guitarist, and Patton's voice and creativity are fantastic. The whole band just makes the record sound psychotically good. I was wondering how they wrote this, and apparently Patton directs the whole thing. There even are full performances on YouTube. Who knows how those rehearsals went? It really makes you think about what's possible in a performance. It's a bit disheartening that this album hasn't gotten any attention from the newer generations, but on the other hand, it pleases me to be the one to share it with you. Patton's work is phenomenal and a major influence in how I make music, as I always try to do something new or different, because in my eyes, if everybody else can do one thing, why not do something only you can? Hopefully I've stirred your imagination enough, and you're just preparing to lie down and submerge yourself in 74 minutes of pure helplessness. It's a fantastic way to spend the evening on the spooky season. If you do, I would love it if you commented what you thought about it, even if you didn't like it. Maybe you're not supposed to like it. Still, thank you so much for watching. This video marks the conclusion of years of waiting for the right time to give this record a profound listen. Thanks again. Please subscribe, like, comment, and turn on notifications so you can come to the live streams and hang around with the community we're forming. Take care. I'll see you next time.